Poor fucking me, man. There's no one I feel worse for in the whole PD, I swear.
She gets fucking... People go
We're gonna
after
need
her.
a way better statement from Luth.
I mean, the Malden will work on it. We're gonna need to talk to Tessa soon.
I mean, I'm just gonna throw in a small little statement here. Let me throw Reed on here. What charges does he get here? Is it a parole violation? Would I put that on there or?
I mean, it wouldn't just be parole
What do you mean? You need
yes, I would
to
say
something quick, or you
slap
said...
parole violation on there, and obviously attempted murder
Oh,
of a government
okay.
employee.
You can come up to SDSO. I'll be ready in a second. Okay. Where? Oh, okay, I'm in my office. You want me to? Oh, okay. I'm coming. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna call Tessa. All right, we can work
Yeah.
on the next bit.
Okay, well, I don't think we can be here because I think Toretti's gonna talk to someone here. So
Ranger station.
maybe we can do that. That's fine.
Hello, Game Warden Tessa Lamb. This is Sergeant Cooper. Do you think we can meet you at the ranger station in like roughly 5 minutes? Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, I have no clue. I think that was before I got went on duty. So if anything happened to it, I wouldn't know. Let's see. The tower. Where is that?
I think I just really enjoy giving blowjobs. Pretty good.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect. Once you're there, we'll make our way to you. All right.
Give me a little bit of.
Okay, sure thing, Tessa. I'll see you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
We're gonna have a talk with her at the Ranger Tower.
The hell's the Ranger Tower? I threw in a little report. 3 UN officers involved.
It's apparently close to the observatory, but she mentioned like she didn't know the state of the ranger station given it got blown up yesterday or something.
Oh,
and I was like, yeah, I don't know about it either, and I'm not gonna tell her, hey, yeah, that place is completely fine, and then we arrive there and it's in fucking rumble.
Yo,
Rumble,
Sparky,
no.
thank you so much for the 7 months. I appreciate that a
bad.
lot, man. Thank you so much. Can we get some meet habbies, me smiles in the chat?
I'm gonna take a piss real quick. She's wrapping up a scene anyways.
Okay.
We already know the questions we're gonna ask, so we should be Gucci.
Should is this Bolo worthy? Like, how do I do that?
I would say we can.
Should I contact the judge as well?
You know what we should do?
I'll
we
call
should keep
Crane.
it for now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and then we just tell Bundy. Bundy was working that case. Bundy can spread that around. This is his case, you know.
I'll just
leave it to the
email
respective
him.
Email him, or
Yeah, I'll
you
email
call him. Either of the two. All right.
He's not gonna be around today. I'll email him. I'm gonna take a piss as well.
Perfect.
Chat, I will be right back. I'm gonna stretch my legs, take a piss, and email fucking Bundy.
We're on the way, Tessa. Sorry, my the person I'm coming with is in his head for a little bit, so I'll take him with me. All right, we'll be there. Perfect. We'll be there. Bye. Perfect. I'll mark it
You
on
drive.
GPS.
You drive. I want to call Bundy.
Okay, let's go.
Sorry.
Get this puppy in S. Oh, S plus mode.
Oh, you already know. Wait, is Bundy around? Oh, he is. I think he just disconnected my call.
Probably in a meeting, talking to
Yeah,
someone or
whatever.
some shit. Yeah. If anyone asks, we're responding to an S plus boost.
Oh, yeah, they're having a meeting at Davis.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, I'm just saying that's why he didn't answer.
If I have to go to every single shift 2 meeting where the same rehearsed garbage is being put on display, then goddamn, may God be with me, mashallah.
MashaAllah. Assuming he's in here? He is.
I hate nothing more than driving in these hills.
He'll suck.
Yep. See, that's why it sucks, because you have morons like that guy flying from lane to lane.
We say as we're flying from lane to lane.
Now you've got lights on, lights on.
Let you handle this for the most part.
Yep.
If I got anything though, I'll butt in.
That sounds good to me. Oh, it's all the way up there.
I didn't even know that was a fucking thing, man. Good night, 48. I'll just write notes.
Yep. I might need you to set up recording if she's alright with that.
All right.
Hello.
Hey, Tessa.
Hi, Tessa.
You mind if we record this?
That depends. What's this about?
It's about an incident where you responded and your statement is the only one in there. Let me just grab them.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Just let me check which one it is. Hang on.
Dude, come around so I could shoot you in the fucking back, motherfucker.
It would be incident 59819. My MDW is really. Oh, hang on.
Oh, take your
wrong one.
time, brother.
Sorry.
Do what you gotta do.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, shit's so slow.
59847. We have a few questions regarding that entire.
It happens,
ordeal.
man.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I really the only one that put something in here?
Yep.
You're the only one who put anything in there.
Oh
Yeah.
Christ Almighty. Okay.
And we have a couple of questions
Did
regarding.
you?
Yeah,
Okay.
You're good to record.
Full meta
whatever.
here, I guess. But did you?
Oh.
Did you? Were you the one that signed
I'll
key and was
answer
here?
the best
Was
of my
that
ability.
you?
It's been a little while, and if I remember correctly, I was a
You
little sleep
motherfucker.
deprived during this.
Oh dear.
But I'll
Let
do
me know
my
when
best.
you've got it, Cross. When you set up the recording and all.
Got it. I could put it down in here if we want to just go in here. I know it's a little snug, but
Is there room for? I think there's enough room, right?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that works. Just put it
Yeah,
on a
we
little
can squeeze
table.
in. That's all right. Just be careful of the heater.
Oh yeah, that's. Oof. It's an
It's a
old
little,
one. Yeah.
It's when it gets sparky. I think it got damaged
Oh
or
dear.
something.
Alrighty, there we go.
All right. Just for the record, what is your name, Miss?
Tessa Lamb. I'm a lieutenant with the State Park Ranger Service.
Okay. And just for the record, my name is Rustin Cooper, Sergeant for the SDSO, and I'm here today with.
Senior Deputy Kross with the SDSO.
All right. So the questions we have. Do you remember? Do you remember a lot about the incident?
So I recall, I was responding to a call from Bloom stating that he had Sis Volker with a woman down at the pig farm off of Galileo Road, somewhat nearby here, actually.
Okay.
He called over for backup and assistance on the scene. I was one of the first to arrive, along with. I know Bass arrived with Shelly. So Bass was there. Bloom was there on scene. Bass arrived after me. I think there were one or two other people there as well. I want to say Suarez. Well, I might be confused. I don't want to 100% say that.
Understandable. Do you remember?
Oh, Ripley was there. Yeah, Ripley was there. He threw up everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, he barfed all over the scene.
okay. Do you know if anyone was gathering evidence on the scene?
I believe it was. Oh gosh.
Sorry, I'm not reading chat. I'm just typing shit here, so.
I think there may have been a cadet there. I remember people running around there with flashlights, and that's why I didn't do it myself.
Gotcha.
Because I immediately, the first thing that I did was I went to render aid to the woman because she looked like she was gonna die. And I had heard earlier in the day that Liz Byrne was gonna be hunted by Sis and, the rest of the HOA. So
Alright.
I assumed that the woman was Liz, and then she didn't look like herself, so I went into her pocket and I grabbed her ID, and I did identify her as Liz Byrne.
Okay.
But she had a lot messed up on her, like it looked like she'd been tortured.
Gotcha. Do you remember what told you that she was going to be hunted?
It was Andy Jones, and I believe Stanley. Those two were with each other at a traffic stop that Wrangler was conducting earlier in the day.
Okay.
So here, let me back up basically.
Okay.
So early in that day, I heard over the radio that Sis and them were hunting for Liz. I don't recall who said it. But at the time, I saw Wrangler get into a traffic stop with the HOA.
Was Wrangler by
So
himself?
he was riding with Bloom. Now, I went to go back them up because they didn't have anyone with them. And it was 2 individuals in that car. It was Andy Jones and Stanley. Stanley from the HOA. I don't recall his last name.
Yeah, I know the White Devil.
So at a certain point during that scene, I was just sitting on my bike, I believe, and Bloom said something about Pond and that he had to go. So he just left. Like, he walked away. And he, like, ditched the scene. And so Wrangler was by himself with 2 suspects. And Sis came around on his motorbike and was kind of circling. So I got off my bike and I went to go assist Wrangler. Andy and Stanley both surrendered immediately. They didn't put up any fight. They agreed to talk to us. And at that point, I think Wrangler asked them or inquired about the situation with why they were looking for Liz. And they said something about an officer letting... I think it was Ezra. Yeah, this was related. Okay. They said something about how Ezra had let go Liz at a traffic stop. And Liz had apparently tortured or something a member of the HOA. So at that point I was like, okay, well that's kind of messed up. And that was kind of how I became familiar with the situation as far as why Ezra was being hunted.
So Ezra was also being hunted?
At that time, I believe Ezra was in disguise as Denzel. He's going around calling himself Denzel. He'd been in disguise for several days at that point, but I didn't really know why. And that was when I found out why they were mad at him, but they were also mad at Liz, because she was the one that had hurt someone in the HOA. I don't know the full details, to be completely honest with you. If I, had paid more attention, I might have better clarity for you guys, but Andy might be the one to tell you more details on that.
Yeah, no, that's already more than we could ask for. But do you
Okay.
remember seeing Bloom at any other point during the day?
Actually, yeah. So Bloom, I think this was the same day. I recall Bloom and Ezra talking up in the hallway of Mission Road by the meeting room, where we usually
Right.
have meetings. They were talking. Well, Bloom and Patty were talking, and I was part of the conversation. Because I don't recall what they were talking about. I think it was Pond they were discussing. And I was just kind of standing there because I had something to talk to. I don't remember why I was talking to them. But at a certain point, Ezra kind of awkwardly approached us because we were standing in a circle. And he apologized to Bloom for the situation. And he acknowledged that he'd gotten strike points, I think. Something like that.
Okay.
So I didn't really follow up too much on the situation because I'd assumed that it was being handled. And I'm sure I saw Bloom throughout the day more that day. I'm pretty sure that was the same day. Because there was
Yeah,
a lot going on that day that was connected to the HOA situation. And why they were all hunting each other and doing crazy stuff. And I think before that traffic stop, Sis was being looked for, and I'm pretty sure it was Sis that was circling us on his motorbike, because he approached the scene and he was shouting at us. And then obviously later in the day, he did actually make good on attacking Liz.
yeah, he attacked quite a few people that day. Yeah,
Oh, did he?
yeah. He also came to MRPD and shot a cop while looking for someone.
Maybe that was what they were talking about on radio before Sis came over to us.
Oh, he was immediately caught. By the looks of it, he was
Oh,
gunned
okay.
down. Yeah. Do you remember if Bloom was there when they mentioned that Ezra was being hunted and that Lizzie was being hunted by the HOA?
I wish I could recall. I just recall that it was weird that he just left Wrangler high and dry, because they weren't handcuffed at the point that he left Wrangler. They were both standing out on the sidewalk, and Bloom just kind of left. So,
That's
I
kind of
had to get
odd.
off my bike at that point because I was afraid that something was going to happen to Wrangler. But I don't remember whether he was there when they talked about it, because I think we talked about it after. Because I inquired about it. I pushed a little bit further because I was curious. And I think Wrangler also was questioning them, but we ended up letting him go.
No, no speeding ticket or anything given.
I don't remember. It would have been Wrangler to give that. It's
Yeah.
entirely possible we got called away.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I seem to remember we got pulled away in a hurry, actually. There was probably some shooting going on.
I mean,
Because
knowing
Wrangler's
Shift
not
2,
usually
that's
one to cut people loose.
yeah, he will go balls to the walls on pretty much everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember how late that was? Was roughly?
The traffic stop was somewhat early in my day, so it would have been probably a little bit earlier than this. And then the chat that I had with him and Patty would probably have been around this time. And then quite a bit later was actually when Liz got found.
Okay. I don't think I have any more questions. Although there's one thing, one last thing to circle back to the initial part I questioned you about. When you arrived on the scene, did anything seem off about it? Like with Bloom being there?
To be completely honest, the only thing that seemed really off to me was Sis surrendering.
Like, would you say he almost did it on purpose?
It was weird because I thought that she was gonna die, and most people, when they commit attempted first degree, don't just give up. And he was, very open in admitting that he had done it. And I was sitting there. She didn't have an eye. Like, she was bleeding. She was muddy. She was covered in pig poop. She'd been half eaten by the pigs. She had lacerations all over her body. She'd been burned almost entirely. I don't think the whole scene happened there.
Do you think he let himself willingly be caught?
It's possible. I mean,
Okay.
he surrendered, so I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know. There wasn't really anything off about the scene aside from it just being horrific.
Gotcha,
You know,
gotcha.
Ripley couldn't handle it. He went and puked in a bush and all over the scene. The people that were kind of assisting were kind of standing off to the side because they didn't want to look.
I mean, that's
It was bad.
understandable.
Like I've seen a lot of stuff, and that kind of was a lot for me. She was in a trough, being eaten alive.
Yeah, I can imagine how lots of people wouldn't want to deal with that. Yeah, that's something the serial killer fucks with the SCU would probably be very excited with, by the sounds of it.
I mean, I guess now that you mention it, Bloom seemed a little bit like nonchalant, but
Like, would you say
I
he
think
barely
it's
even cared?
because kind of the way that he called it out on the radio just didn't seem very urgent, considering
Okay.
what happened.
Okay. Because
But
Bloom put his
that could have been because Sis just immediately surrendered and he wasn't trying to fight back or anything. You know, sometimes you get someone in cuffs, you're not really screaming for 78s on the radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Would you say that Bloom was having some kind of mental crisis, or would you say that's not how it seemed at all?
To be honest, no. He seemed like Bloom. I think Bloom has always been on the verge of some kind of heavy mental breakdown. He's always got something going on where he's not really okay, and I don't think anyone paid attention to it.
All right. I mean, it could be. Then again, can't always dig into everyone's minds. If they don't talk about it, then there's often not much anyone can offer.
Yeah.
I
I
don't have.
tried to offer him somebody to talk to, but I think he had a drug problem for a while. I'm not sure if he still has it, but him and Gunnar definitely had a couple of episodes together.
Yeah, I remember that. It sounds about right. I don't really have any further questions. Cross, do you have anything?
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah, I actually do. I have one question. Um,
Okay.
so you said Bloom called it out on the radio, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, he said that he needed 77s at his location because he just found Sis and Liz. Actually, I don't think he called Liz by name. He said Sis had a woman at the pig farm on Galileo Road. And he's pretty calm about it, not like, just didn't seem urgent considering what was going on. He seemed normal Bloom, like normal everyday. Just,
Basic, like
I'm
as if it
on
was like a
patrol.
traffic stop or something.
Yeah. In a way, that's kind of how it came across to me.
Okay. And are you positive that he didn't call Lizzie by name over radio? Are you sure he said
I'm
woman?
positive, yeah.
Okay.
I think that was just me.
Okay. So the initial call that came through about anything happening at the pig farm. Sorry for just rehashing the same thing. I just want to
That's
make
okay.
sure we're clear. So the initial call for backup and to get people to the pig farm was Bloom, and not. I believe.
Yeah,
Like
it was Bloom.
Okay. All right. Because somebody did say that Bass called out that he needed people to the pig farm at some point, and we just weren't sure the timeline on that, whether or not Bass was the first one to call it or if it
No,
was Bloom.
Bass arrived after I did.
Okay.
But-
Well, I
and,
wouldn't say that he was there. Like that Bass was just telling people to get to pig farm, but could just be timeline's just a little messed up. No big deal.
Yeah. And Bloom was already there, right?
Yeah, Bloom was on scene. He had Sis in custody, and Ripley and I think arrived, and then Bass arrived with Shelly. He was riding with Shelly. I remember she had pink hair because it confused me. And I immediately went to go and pluck this poor woman out of the feces and pig.
I think it would have been big
Nastiness.
if he had called Lizzie by name over the
And I
radio.
tried to render first aid, but there wasn't much that I could do until EMS arrived.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
I just kind of
makes
made a
sense.
count of what was going on her body, and I checked her ID. That was about it.
Did Bloom ever tell you how he ended up stumbling across the scene at the pig farm?
No. I think he was just on patrol. Although, now that you're mentioning it, that sounds a little bit weird. So why would
Yeah.
he be on Galileo Road?
Yeah. Do you think it? I mean, of course, it's just totally speculatory, but do you feel like he called it in quick enough? Like, do you think he should have? Like, did it seem like he had time to call in for backup before he had Sis at gunpoint, or, in any way?
That I would just be speculating on. I don't know.
Okay, that's totally fine. Just give me 1 sec, just to see if I'm missing anything. If there's anything else I have to ask you, sorry. Just 1 second. Okay. When you arrived there, it was just Bloom and Sis there, correct?
Yes.
And of
to the
course,
best of my
the
recollection, yeah.
victim. Okay, so there's nobody else there.
I believe so. I can't remember exactly. I just remember arriving on scene, rendering medical aid, noting down that Bass arrived. Bass kind of took control of the situation away from Bloom once he arrived, and he started calling out and making orders for people. So he might be a good one to ask about who is collecting evidence,
Okay.
because I don't recall.
Okay, good to know.
He might have had someone else with him, actually, like a cadet.
Bass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Bass often takes.
Yeah, he takes groups of people out. That wasn't like odd to me, but yeah, I wish I had more.
Do you remember what car Bloom was in?
No.
Was he at a car?
There was a car there, but I don't know if it was Siz's Brawler or if it was an SUV. Like
So-
Bloom's SUV.
Could there have been two cars there, or was there only one?
There could have been, but I don't recall. I just remember they were standing by the trunk of a SUV-shaped car, and it might have been the Brawler, it might have been a PD SUV.
Okay. And as soon as this was done, do you know where did Bloom process is? Did he hand that off to somebody else, or?
To my knowledge, Bass took him
Okay, so okay.
to interrogation.
Ah, gotcha. So it's kind of pawned off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think at the time there was concern that she would not make it, and I actually, to be honest, I don't know whether she did or not.
Well, I can confirm that she is alive,
Yeah, she
and she
made it
is out
through.
of the ICU.
Yeah. Actually, while I was at the hospital, and getting her treated, another individual came by that I believe was Cy Carter in disguise. He did not see the woman that was on the bed. Nor do I know whether or not they knew each other were in disguise, but they're pretty close, so I would imagine if he'd paid attention. Because he was walking around saying he was blind. And he had apparently driven himself to the hospital, and he looked pretty messed up too, and he was blind. And he crashed into stuff when he arrived. He got out of his car. Came into the hospital. Said he'd been stabbed somewhere near the apartments. There was a 911. I remember feeling bad because I couldn't document it. Because I saw the 911 go out, but we were all occupied.
Okay.
But then she got admitted into the ICU.
Okay.
I opted not to tell him that she was there.
Probably.
I don't know
that-
if that was wrong
yeah,
of me, but
I think it's better for the doctors to do that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
yeah. So I just didn't say anything, and I let him go back out. I did advise him not to drive, but he then got into his car, got on the phone, and started driving away.
Did he
Yeah,
get
I mean-
medical treatment, or did he just come in
He
like
did,
he was?
yeah.
Okay.
He came in, he got treated by Nancy, and he just kind of left.
And you're sure he didn't see whoever was in the bed?
I mean, he might have, but he was pretty blind looking. He was bumping into stuff. I had to guide him out.
Got it.
Yeah, it makes
It
sense.
could have been a ruse, I guess, but
My opinion's that he
the
just
way I
went
know
there
Cy
like that
Carter and Liz
to
Byrne,
see if it was
if
Lizzie.
he knew she was in the hospital, he would not have left.
But he was probably trying to stay disguised.
Yeah, he's pretty obvious
He
about
might have also
that,
tried
yeah.
to take her. Because he's not exactly a stable person. That's about it. I stayed with her at the hospital until they were able to admit her into the ICU. And then I don't think anything further happened.
Okay.
With my involvement, at least.
All right. I think that's all I have to ask.
Yep.
Do you have anything else, Coop, that you thought of?
No, that's it.
All right.
I got
Well,
nothing more than that.
I appreciate it a lot, Tessa. Thank you so much. If
Did
anything,
you guys check the reports channel, by the way, for anything on this?
I actually, me personally, I haven't. That might be a
I
good,
would maybe
good shout.
recommend it just to look, because sometimes people will put that stuff in there and then someone never puts it on the report. Because there was more than just me on this.
Yeah.
Like 100%. It kind of bothers me that mine's the only report in there.
Yeah, that bothers me as well. That seems like a pretty big scene to make sure is completely, totally flushed and documented. So.
There's not even evidence in there. My evidence is in there. It's the victim's ID. That's my evidence. I put that in there.
Yep.
So, am I really the only one that documented anything?
Let's hope not.
That's insane. Well, okay. Any other questions?
No, I think that's all we
that's
have.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, if anything comes
Okay.
to mind that you remember, just reach out to either me or Cooper. And yeah, that's it. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much, Tessa.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah, we appreciate
Shut
all
this
the help.
off. Alrighty.
Oh, Christopher Robinson's got kidnapped.
There's nothing in the reports channel.
I figured as much. The vast majority of this PD doesn't do jack shit.
I mean, but come on, like, fuck's sake. I know people don't want to do paperwork, but of all the scenes that do paperwork, like, seems pretty fucking important. Someone almost fucking died.
Have become a lot clearer now.
Yeah, but what if fucking Lizzie died? That we have absolutely zero fucking evidence there, other than, I mean, of course it probably would have been fine, but still, there's zero fucking evidence there for anything. Like, if we're trying to push murder on Sis Folker, if Lizzie ended up passing away, like, how do we do that with no fucking evidence?
Yep. Hang on, let me just note a couple of things down. I'll talk to you about them once I get them noted down.
I need to talk to fucking Bass, dude. I mean, informative. Nothing really substantial, I'd say, but, you know, saying that Bloom didn't seem too upset and urgent about absolutely anything when there was a woman basically dead seems a bit much.
Just give me 1 second. I need to check the time.
I was really hoping that he called out Lizzie by name over radio. That would have been pretty fucking big. I won't lie. I mean, I don't think it would have been a game changer, but it would be cool to point. It would have been nice to be able to point out in court, be like, "Hey, he called Lizzie by name. He wouldn't even had time to see Lizzie." I mean, that was just I could She said it, so that's why
Yes,
I was
hello, Game Warden
clarifying.
Tessa.
But
Oh, what is it? If it's significant, yeah, we should probably talk about it on recording. Um. All right. No, we are at the GG gas station. We're refueling. What's the easiest for you? All right. Kross, go to the ranger station. We're coming,
way.
Tessa, so we'll be there. Bye.
what happened?
She just remembered something that is potentially quite significant.
Okay.
So, what do you say?
I said okay then. That's
Yeah,
exciting.
So, and she asked if we should have it on recording, and I said, yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah, definitely. Dude, if Bloom mentioned that it was fucking so sick. If
Oh, that was
Bloom
sick.
said it was Lizzie, that would have been fucking huge. Because Tessa mentioned that he called out that he had Sis and Lizzie. And as we know, Lizzie was not in her normal clothing. Didn't look like herself. Was half eaten. Could barely even make out who the fuck she was.
Oh, I've got a
And-
couple of things that are quite big that I've noticed. I'll tell you after this.
That would have been fucking huge, though, if he called out Lizzie over by name over radio. Hello.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Ah, you're all good.
I was just kind of thinking things over, and something relevant I reminded myself of, and I think you should
Oh,
probably
one-
know about it.
1 second. Kross, do you think you could put your phone on that little?
Yeah, sure. That'll.
Yeah. The audio might be a little shy because it's just a phone, but old iFruit, but still.
There we go.
All right.
All right. So when I was talking to Bloom at some point during the day, I can't recall if it was when we were talking with Patty or if it was another time, but I believe Bloom mentioned to me why he was so mad at Ezra. And it was because the girl that he let, or that was hurt by Liz, that Ezra kind of let down in this situation, was a really close friend of his, is what he said.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember her name. It was one of the HOA girls. But he said that they were very close friends and that he didn't appreciate that Ezra allowed Liz to walk off of that traffic stop. And that was why Ezra approached and apologized to him.
Do you know
So-
if they had any altercation earlier on in the day by any chance?
Not to my knowledge, but it seemed the way that their conversation went, it seemed kind of like they had a little bit of a beef going on. Ezra seemed apologetic, and Bloom seemed a little bit more, dismissive and a little almost confrontational.
Gotcha.
But I figured that might be kind of relevant towards whatever you guys are looking into, because I couldn't remember why Ezra came up and apologized to Bloom. And at first I was remembering it like Bloom had given him the punishment, but I don't think that was the case. I think he was apologizing to Bloom because he had slighted Bloom in that way because Bloom was friends with the girl that he let down.
Okay. Do you have anything?
It
Any
happened
other
so long ago,
questions?
I just am trying to remember all the details.
No, that makes sense. It's been like what, a week, a little bit over a week, so I can understand if like not everything is
Oh, since
every single detail is there. Yeah,
when Lizzie
Yeah,
was found, that was
and
like 2
plus,
weeks ago at this point.
yeah.
Bloom was having a really hard time because people weren't taking Han's kidnapping seriously. So he and I had a phone call when he was out there looking for her at one point, and he seemed pretty exasperated
Did
that
he
no one was helping him.
ask you to help him?
No, I offered.
Did he take you up on it?
Not that day, no. I think this was another day, actually.
Okay.
Can't
it's-
recall if it was before or after. But he was with Crane at the time. I do remember that.
When exactly so when you spoke to him, he was with Crane, is what you're
Yeah,
saying?
when he was upset about Pond. He was out underneath the bridge over by Cassidy Trail. The bridge over the river where it meets the ocean. And he asked me, because he called me specifically because he knew that I was a ranger and I might know different locations out there. He asked me if there was a bridge where it was cold. Because I guess the kidnapper had given him a hint that she was somewhere where a bridge was and it was cold.
Okay.
So,
Did you see Bloom at any point make an effort to try to get a search party or anything like that for Lily?
for Pond, not to my knowledge. I know that he himself was searching for her, and he seemed exasperated on the phone that no one was helping him. So I would imagine he probably tried. But I didn't know about it until he called me and asked me.
Okay.
And I don't really know what happened to Pond, but I know she's back and safe, so.
I mean, he's exasperated about it, but he didn't ask Tessa, which is kind of weird. Okay. I don't think I have any more.
Okay.
No, neither do I.
I just figured it was important that I let you guys know because I just remembered
Oh
it.
yeah, of course. I appreciate it.
Oh, we appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, turn
All
that
right.
off. Thanks again, Tessa.
Let you know if
Appreciate it.
anything else
Appreciate it,
goes
Game
wrong.
Warden.
Okay, sounds good.
I got a lot going on in here, okay? Listen.
All right.
It was weeks ago. I can imagine it's a
I'm
little
fine.
confusing.
You're good. You're good. Don't worry.
Where the hell is Bundizzle, man?
What do you say?
Where is Bundy?
Bundy.
Yeah, I texted him. He still hasn't gotten back to me. I want to let him know about this shit.
Let me check.
About
Let me check.
fucking-
Let me check. See ya.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh. I thought she's. Oh, god damn it. I don't even know where the fuck he is at.
He's up in Harmony on Route 68
Harmony.
with 526, 307, 405, and 421. Oh, there's more. 418. Is there shooting or something? I just want to, fill him in. I'm gonna go up there.
You want to know what I got?
Sure.
So this is what I got. Bloom was at a traffic stop with Wrangler, which is what he mentioned. Right. Bloom mentioned that. Along with the HOA. which is a traffic stop with the HOA. Where the HOA
Yeah,
informed
he
them that
never
they were hunting Ezra and Lizzie. Bloom got out of the car and said he had to go out of nowhere regarding something with Pond. This was roughly around, I would say 23:00 to, you know, the top of the hour.
Well, I mean, he did say that. She did say that, but he also did mention that he left. He left out the fact that it was HOA, but she can't remember whether or not Bloom was still at the traffic stop when he mentioned
Oh no,
that
he
they were
he
hunting.
walked. Yeah, that's what I got as well. But this is more about the timeline. This was before, and what Bloom said was that he was there and whatnot. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Gonna be like an off-road vehicle headed southbound Snore Road.
Bloom did do an oopsie. Bloom really fucked up. I can't lie to you guys.
Between like trailers.
Oh, thank you. I like
Start
your
busting off.
Just with the like the buggy off-road.
monocles are surprisingly expensive, actually. Also very
What channel is this?
Benny's. Can I check on that bowl?
Go ahead and triage over by this.
What radio are we on?
I said, are you near the gas station by Harmony? You said yes.
Medical treatment.
I literally said the gas
I'm good,
station
bro.
at the
Oh
crossroads.
shit, they got your ass.
Frequency 123.
I'm gonna be real. I am hungry though.
Hell?
Damn, Jaeger, what the hell are you
Why are
wearing?
you guys in underwear?
I ain't got no food. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, Jaeger, what do you got on you?
I don't fucking
A
know.
shotgun.
Somebody who doesn't have process this vehicle.
Yeah, 975 could.
Jesus Christ, why are you all naked?
We were tabbing.
He's got shrimp tempura on him.
If you can be
All right, my
naked,
man.
why not?
We'll GSR test you here, okay?
He's got shrimp tempura. We can't trust him.
Did we end up getting the kidnappers of that cop from earlier?
Alright, I'm gonna be checking your hands.
We've got 4 in custody, I believe 2 outstanding. We're going to be on the lookout for one number 2 male wearing, I think it was a red hat, last seen running northbound. He was high as fuck.
How you feeling,
Hey,
Winston?
firm. I stayed behind with
Not
the red
great.
cab, and I ended up getting that guy with the dinosaur mask on, or whatever it was.
There's gonna be an individual
That's
in
what
a
I'm trying to
truck
wonder.
headed
That's what I'm
eastbound
trying to
off
wonder.
of
That's
Snore
what
There's
Road.
a fake blade on this one.
But I'm trying to wonder.
Look like one of the
Your
suspects.
shit must be broken.
Yeah, there
it's
is.
a gray
I was
color
just
truck.
taking a picture of it before I took it off.
To your left, off-road. Completely
Man, I
off-road
was gonna
there.
walk in that trailer. I thought you were gonna pop my ass. I ain't even tapping.
I may have shot
your
you in
color
the
again?
neck. I'm sorry.
It's gray in color. It
Oh,
only has
actually,
one
I don't think you hit me. I think
individual,
one of the
looks
times you
like,
hit him,
white
I could see
t-shirt.
the fucking
One of our
bullet
suspects
spread.
from earlier.
This is all to do with PD staff on gangs payroll. I don't know
What's going on? You good?
if anybody's technically on their payroll. I actually don't know if it's even true, but
Okay.
Yeah, gun scare.
I have absolutely
my
no
patient
idea
and was able
out
to
of
identify
character
him.
what actually happened, which is why this is so good for me. And so
I will
fun.
say, it was pretty intimidating. I was kind of scared to take my taser out. 'Cause I was like, damn, he could just
All right,
clap.
my man. Watch your head.
Especially when I ran near those explosive tanks, you thought I was gonna go
Another
crazy.
individual coming on a Sanchez. South is going through.
Demon.
Just be advised, the plate on this Rolls Royce, I think it is. Yeah. What it did
Yeah,
have a
that
fake
is
plate.
rolls.
Do we want to move all the 95s together, or am I okay to go process this one?
Let's move them all together just because they're still trying.
Is it a Bob car?
Cross no Zuckerberg? No, not really. I think I've run into him
Okay,
maybe
so
once or
it's
twice,
like
but
It had a long back
The guy
end.
driving this has a white shirt on with like very small red accents.
And it looked like a dam.
I guess maybe, yeah, sure.
I believe so, yes.
Alright, well he's westbound 68.
What the fuck happened to your face?
Has PD Tobin called?
God damn, bro, you look fucked up.
Sure, I need a 77 westbound 68. I'm pulling over this grain car vehicle.
Oh, tripod. Some
Sir,
of
can you
us.
go there?
Hey, is this going in for just reckless or what's it going in for? Sorry, I wasn't.
Yeah, reckless abandon's probably
want me
the
just to get
closest.
Hunter to do it?
Officer
Okay.
kidnapping's the biggest crime, but I don't think we got anything that matches that.
Okay. And once you're done with the scene, do you mind just giving me a call?
Hunter,
It's
go
about
back up,
Reed. He
up
broke
on.
his bail.
Funny? Oh, West Route 68.
Reed
You'll be
Dankleaf.
able to ID if they were
Oh
involved.
shit. Okay.
Yep. I mean, actually, I could just explain it to you now. There's a warrant out for his arrest. We haven't done anything more than that. But he shot Philomena. She positively identified him. There's gonna be a warrant. It's already up. She's gonna put the full report in later tonight. She had to run because she got held up by the whole situation. So the report is up there. It should be Reed Dankleaf / Cy Carter OIS.
Okay.
Just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, slap him in jail for the 24-hour hold. Notify Grayson because Grayson will be
What?
down
No,
in
he
10
said
minutes
it.
of
He
his
said it.
12.
Oh, listen, I.
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't know where he is. That's right.
Oh yeah. I just mean when you catch it.
Okay, 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours. That way the judge has time to decide if it's a parole violation.
Okay, all right. I'll make sure to mark it on the report as well.
Hell yeah. Good shit.
I'm gonna miss him, to be honest. He was cool.
Is there a report up already for this kidnapping thing?
Sure, assuming, well, you already had 195, did you not? Or you have
Mike, you fucked, buddy.
I guess he really was
The guy that Mike Block left behind with the red
What you
taxi.
doing, bruh?
Yeah, I don't think anyone else has had an opportunity.
Got an AK on his back, right?
Hell yeah.
Good shit, good shit.
Three warrants.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Water to the northern end of Route 68.
Kidnapping of EMS. Mike Block.
Are you cold at all?
Brick block. Attempted murder of a government employee.
Hey, Cherry's not answering. So, oh,
Hello, Mr. Cross.
hey, Cherry, can I get you
Oh, there we go.
back on Route 60? Back at Route 68 and Sonora Road.
Route 68 and
Is there no
Sonora
PD
Road.
tag?
Got it.
Yep, we're gonna be
Yeah,
just a
dealing
little
with
bit
PD
down
tow
southbound
right
on
now.
Sonora Road,
Aspen.
off of Route
Knocked out
68.
in a
If you just take
No,
Sonora
because I'm
Road,
doing the
like
thing
up
over
Elgin,
here.
you'll see us.
I didn't know if Cherry went on
So
duty after.
incredibly
So
impatient.
Sonora Road is...
Just go up Elgin. It turns into Sonora. You just follow that all the way north. You'll see us.
I am not mimicking you at all.
Alrighty. Thank you, Cherry. Love ya.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Keep it going.
He flipped my
Like, why
car.
would I want to mimic you? Jesus Christ.
Because I'm cool. I'm cool. I have a therapy canine. His name is Churro.
Gary, I'm gonna miss you.
Huh.
Should have saw him. He's an Australian Shepherd.
Are they gonna get anything out of this?
Is there a report up for this, Aspen?
You're not even a...
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I need one. So I can
Matches you, but
I can make one.
you're not Australian?
No.
I'm gonna miss the pink one. I
You
can't
thought she was Australian?
No, she said she's got an Australian Shepherd that matches her. And I'm like, you're not an
No, because
Australian?
it has great fur.
No, she's a shepherd, though. You didn't know that about her?
I mean, honestly, you know, a shepherd usually leads the blind, and she does always ride with ox long. So yeah, I would have guessed she's a shepherd because she leads that blind fuck around all day.
How the fuck did you say?
True. That guy sucks.
He flipped his car.
Did you not hear what I said?
No, I was making a report.
He said, I don't have a gun. Real.
He said she used to be a shepherd, and I was like, yeah, I could see that because a shepherd usually leads the blind, and you ride with ox
Do
on
I have
all day, and
anybody
that guy's a
who's,
blind fuck.
I
able to
know,
escort
I know,
you
it's-
to the hospital
Yeah, that's what I said.
Process needs tied up.
Yeah, my 95 got shot by Jaeger as well by accident, so I'll be escorting anyway.
I'll come where you
AJ,
at.
what's your 20?
My 20?
AJ, I'm coming to you.
Okay, I'm
yeah,
running
we can
towards
take
you, I
it.
think.
Alright, I'll follow you.
We got PD tow coming. We'll handle it.
Alright, we're good to roll EMS.
Alpha, come pick me up.
Yeah, on my way.
Thank you.
AJ.
Ah.
What?
What? Are you alright?
You okay?
No.
What's wrong with you?
What
I
drugs are
wasn't
you on?
supposed to be around today, but I took a nap. And yeah, here I am.
Just go to sleep.
Nah, I'm just fucking around, to be honest.
All right.
Okay.
What's crazy is even when I'm fucking around, I'm still like, I want to get on duty and just like never talk on radio. That'd be great.
What the fuck?
I
What
just
would you
wanna be
do?
like I don't know. What do you do?
I'm in chases all fucking. I'm never not busy. Like I rarely have
that's what
more
I
than
mean,
5
like-
minutes.
Same, honestly.
That's what I mean. Like, how do people like come on duty and like I never hear them once on the radio?
They don't do anything.
I know.
Yeah,
that,
pretty much.
Like, I want to be able to do that, but I can't.
Just go sit at MRPD with everybody else.
Yeah, that's what they do. They just sit at MRPD and they show up for one thing and then they fuck off again.
You're good to load it up, Jerry.
Okay, dokie. Is this the
Been
car
marked.
Mr. Block was in?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So does that mean you got him?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, good shit, sir.
Yeah.
It's Finn Guild, the criminal.
I fucking knew you were in that car. Well,
But
we're
you
taking
guys
you
are
to
riding with
pillbox
us, right?
then.
I think the pillbox.
L.
We need a ride, yeah.
L.
We're self-transporting.
L. L.
Why do you need a ride?
L.
He beached
My
the
car didn't work
Bitter
already.
cane.
Big
You guys
L.
are taking care of the
L.
right?
L. 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 Alrighty, let's go to impound.
Okay, dokie.
Bro, your tire is missing and it's fucking ticking me off. It looks so stupid.
Good for me.
Yeah, so what else I had besides that is, right, that they were told by, hang on, let me just make sure, you know, by Andy and Stanley, which kind of
Yep.
builds our case with Ant.
Sure.
The other things I had was Bloom wasn't with anyone at the farm besides Sis. He didn't call in units while on the way, nor was Bass the one who called units to respond. Which we kind of already figured, you know, he was lying, but having Tessa's testimony there helps a bit. On top of that, Tessa
Yeah,
also
so he
stated,
did say that, right? He said that
Yeah.
Bass called it out, right?
He had two different stories that he made up. One was that he was 76 with other units, that he called in for 77s while on the way. And the other part was because he said he had a ping, right? Remember? That was his
Yes.
first story. He got a ping
Yeah,
and he
and then he called him again
77s,
for
went
another
there,
ping.
Yeah. And the other story he had was that he arrived, that Bass said, okay, let's go there. And then Tessa also said that Bloom, despite what is stated in the report, right, that he was having a mental crisis, Tessa did not think it seemed like he was under any kind of mental duress, and mentioned everything pretty nonchalant. Despite being there with Sis Volker, who was armed with a class 3.
And a nearly dead woman.
Yeah.
But we already knew he doesn't give a fuck about Lizzie and he wanted her dead.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I don't know, it just seems incredibly fishy. And I think she realized that too, because when we pointed out why would he be on, you know, was he just on patrol, she was thinking, like, why would he be up there?
Well,
Over on
we know
fucking
why, because he
Galileo
got
Road.
a ping, but it seems really odd that Sis would be telling him, oh, this is where Lizzie's fucking corpse is, and then he's not even calling for backup. And then also not knowing where the two cars were, and that she was only able to see one car there was very strange.
And both of them were standing by it.
Only one car, either a police SUV or Siz's brawler, but Siz's brawler should have been documented, but it wasn't, because nothing was.
Yep, which is odd.
We're gonna have to just ask Bass, man. I think genuinely we just have to ask Bass.
Where's my pink guy?
We're gonna have
We're
to...
advised for medical currently. He's received medical.
We're gonna have to, oh well, I'll say in a bit.
He's being nice for now. Doctors are taking the piss out of his butt plug.
Jerry!
Butt plug tail thing?
Thanks, Cherry. Love you.
Love
Thank you.
What a fucking guy Cherry is. Huh?
What do you say?
Said love you too. I just love that guy. He's just like a beacon of like light in my life.
The fuck are you talking about?
He's just a beacon of light
your
in this
life?
shitty city, man. He's just like such a nice guy. He's such a sweetheart.
Oh yeah, I mean, but it's kind of hard to find a nice person in this heaping
That's what
pile
I'm
of
saying.
garbage.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Every
Yeah,
time I
you're
see
wrong.
Cherry, I get happy. He's just so upbeat and nice and like just wants to help out. Like,
Yeah, meanwhile we have like fucking 500,000 pieces of shit going back and forth every single goddamn day, shooting at each other.
yep.
At this point in time, you would expect the the National Guard to come in crashing with fucking Humvees, tanks, and everything, but for some reason I don't think the National Guard even fucking exists.
436 will respond to that. It's code 4 and then Bravo.
Could you assist
It's ready.
Hey, where are you right now? Are you busy?
Nope. We're good.
Okay. Where are you? Are you with Cooper or something?
Yeah, I'm with Cooper.
Where are you?
Power Street?
Meet me at Lower Pillbox.
Sure, I'm
Get
right
near
here.
the garage.
Yeah, I'll be there
I'm
in
with Dan.
1 second.
All right.
Ready.
We gotta inform him about everything with this.
It's gonna be the same blue and color muscle car from earlier.
Alrighty, we're here basically.
All right.
Bye. Hey, Cherry used to be a criminal.
Took a left onto Peaceful, continued on Las Lagunas northbound. Northbound Las Lagunas. My information have hard visual.
Yeah, it's button right, eastbound occupation.
Hey guys.
Hi.
What do you want to do it in a car or?
We're probably pretty safe right here, to be honest.
Yep. We already spoke to someone else as well.
Okay. So Dan was just letting us know that the time when Ezra asked him whether he should go off duty because he's taking up a slot or not, that he was at MRPD.
Yeah. So here, I'll just run through the timeline.
Okay.
Okay. There's a fire truck. I'm pretty sure right there. Okay. So we. Oh shit! Sorry, dude. Come on, boy. Jesus,
The
go
hell?
back in
What
the
the hell just happened?
I pointed. It's. Yeah, I pointed.
Did he bite me?
He did bite you. Yeah.
Ow!
He thought you had Cheetos in your hair. I'm sorry. He loves
Oh,
Cheetos.
it's okay. It's okay.
All right. So, all right. Timeline. Myself, Copper, and who else was in the car that day? Winston. We hear that they found what's her name up at the torture chamber on Mount Chiliad. We drive up there. Sis Folker passes us up the mountain, or going down the mountain while we're going up, and oh shit, I'm an idiot. Hold on.
One second. Yellow?
I'm a fucking idiot.
What?
I can't explain it in the city. Just know that I'm an idiot.
Okay.
You want to wait till he's done on the phone?
No. Keep going.
So he passes us and he immediately asks, "Where's Ezra?" And we're like, "Why?" And I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. He gave the impression that Ezra was in grave danger, like he was about to start hunting Ezra.
Sis did this.
Yes.
Okay.
So we get up the mountain. I radio in, and Ezra was in a chase. And I said, you need to go double up with somebody right now. This is not an option. It's an order. Go double up with somebody because you're in danger.
Did you say that on the phone or did you call that on the radio?
Radio. I said over the radio.
Okay.
He goes, okay. And that was that. we find the body. We get to the hospital. Ezra's at the hospital. And Sis is going up to every single cop and asking, where is Ezra? I say, Ezra, get into the hospital right now. I'll meet you there. I believe that was over radio as well. We get inside. I make him change into grinder clothing. And I put him in cuffs. And I escort him out of the hospital in front of like a bunch of EMS and doctors and all that. So I speed to MRPD, I get him inside, locked gates, and then I come and find you and tell you what happened. At that time, an officer is shot outside by Sis. I can't remember the exact reason. I think there's a report on it. But Sis is basically still hunting. I go outside and I ask Sis why he did that. And he says, I know that Ezra's inside that building. I know that you guys brought him there, changed his clothing, and are locking him inside that. So right there, I knew that somebody is passing information to Sis. I tell Pred that. He makes me get a list of every single EMS and doctor on duty because I think, it's probably one of them. I contact you. Hey, do you want to talk to him? You're like, yeah, I'll talk to him. He texts me, hey, should I go off duty because I feel like I'm taking up a slot? And I said, no, stay there.
And okay. So at no point at any of this time did he go out on duty?
He legitimately was standing down there by the evidence lockers for over an hour and didn't move a muscle.
Okay. Did he ever go out and double up with anybody?
Was that day or was it the next day? He was with Gable. I can't remember if it was the same day or the next, but he was with Gable. I'm pretty sure it was Gable.
The next day.
It was either the next day or the same day.
I don't care about that. I honestly don't get. What do you mean it's the same day? I'm talking about in that time frame.
I know. I can't remember if it was the next day or the same day. But basically, he was with Gable, and Gable wasn't. They were being followed by HOA, and I gave them an order to speed to MRPD as fast as possible, but Gable didn't. He just kind of stopped. And that was a whole thing. But I said, I can't remember if that was the next day or the same day.
But when
he was doubled up that day.
Okay, but what I'm asking is was that in the time frame that he texted you saying should I go off duty?
No, God, that was like I think an hour.
An hour after.
Like I said, he was standing downstairs in MRPD for over an hour, and he didn't move a muscle, and I felt really terrible, but it was for his safety, we kept him down there. I think you probably should ask Gable because I honestly cannot recall off the top of my head if it was the next day or the same day. If it was the same day, it was like an hour after you had talked to him. If it was the next day, it was the next day. I just can't remember.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I just needed to know about that time frame when he texted you about being down there and
yeah, he was down there a long time. And then I think you talked to him, and I don't know if he went off duty or he doubled up with Gable. I don't know what he did after that. I can't remember.
Okay. Well, listen, Dan. Does anybody else have any questions? Other questions for Dan?
Listen, I protected him. Okay, they were hunting him that day. I got him to double up, and then I found him alone, made him change, and escorted him to MRP so he wouldn't get killed. I was protecting him. God damn it.
I actually do have a question. Dan, were you still on duty when they found Lizzie at the pig farm?
Was that the same day or the next day? Because I remember she was brought into MRPD and we let her go because if we sent her to jail, she would have been killed. So we just elected to let her go because it was safer for her to let go. So I don't remember if she was then caught and hurt that same day or if that was another day.
It was the same day.
Yeah, the same day.
Okay.
Not even an hour.
No, I did not
or
go
so
to a
later.
big farm or anything. But I was there when we let her go.
Okay.
Was Sis down in the cells at all?
I honestly don't recall.
You said you were at MRPD when Lizzie was there, right?
Yes. We were interrogating her. I was in the mirrored.
Patty?
No, I was in the mirrored room.
Right, but
or with
who was?
Patty?
Okay, so Patty was with in that interrogation. Because was there any point when Lizzie was in danger there?
No, not at all. Not that I can recall. I mean, she was in the room with Pred, and they were just interrogating her.
Okay. You were there the whole time during this interrogation?
Not
or
the whole
did you...
time, no. I was in and out.
I have a question.
What's up?
When did you hear that Ezra was being hunted, and how did you know that?
Because when we were coming down the mountain, says, I don't know if he. I think he stated that Ezra pulled over Lizzie and let her go. So Sis was super duper pissed off.
Did he tell you how he knew that?
I'm pretty sure I told you, like Ezra told him that, or told somebody that, or some shit like that, man. I think Ezra told us that. Yeah, I just don't. My brain is fried. I'm sorry.
No, I understand.
It was a couple weeks ago now.
Yeah, I get it.
But he found out some way that Ezra had pulled over Lizzie and let her go. And he was super pissed about that, and he vaguely was like, okay, well, if you guys aren't going to go do something, I fucking will. And then left. And at that point, I contacted him, Ezra over radio, said, double up, that's an order. And then I found him at Viceroy, made him change and get to MRPD.
Okay. How do you remember potentially how long after this riding up the mountain thing was that? Do you remember the radio for the whole? Because you were in the car, Winston, then, right?
Yes. We were on channel 7.
So Winston, from what I understand, was aware that Ezra pulled over Lizzie, right? Were you aware of that part? Were you with them when that happened? When Winston called out on the radio? You remember hearing on the radio Winston asking about?
No, I don't remember.
Okay. All right. That's fine. It's fine. Okay. Does anybody have anything else for him?
No, if he didn't show up to the pig farm scene, I don't think I have any other questions.
We'll have to talk to Patty. But Dan, this is what we're going to tell you is you're probably going to be called as a witness for this case.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right.
I mean, who we press charges against?
You can see it on the docket.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I'll be there. Why wouldn't I? You know.
All right.
One of ours is down, so I gotta prosecute who did it. Fuck 'em.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks,
Death
Dan.
penalty for them all.
All right.
Do we have that? Yeah, we have that. Death penalty for them all.
Yeah, we have.
For all of them. You're right. All right,
For
Dan.
all
I'll
of them,
drive you
exactly.
back.
All right, yeah. Sorry about dude again. He loves Cheetos, you know.
All right.
Oh, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
I'll meet you two guys at we should meet at Autos.
Autos?
You sure you want to meet at the spot where an officer got kidnapped 20 minutes ago?
Wait, somebody got kidnapped over there?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Harmony.
Christopher Robinson, even, yeah.
Ooh.
The guy from Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, I am. We've got him as a cadet, Christopher Robinson.
Nice.
We do? What the hell?
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I'll meet you guys.
I'll meet you at Harmony. Alrighty,
yeah, we'll meet you at Harmony.
Bye.
It's actually Christopher Michaels, but I like to pretend he's Christopher Robinson.
You're retarded.
I think it's a good bit.
You're retarded. You're actually retarded.
Shut the fuck
You're
up.
actually, like, not smart. You ever know? Did you know that?
You say that. But in the same vein, you hang out with Jeffrey fucking Bones.
Oh, Jeffrey Bones is one of the dumbest
and
motherfuckers I've ever had the displeasure of fucking talking to. Oh, Preston Hale actually is the dumbest motherfucker I've ever talked to. Aside from maybe Bloom. And that's just fact.
He fucking shows up with neon pink hair.
He is so fucking stupid,
idiot.
ugly, and fucking dumb. I hate him. I hate Preston Hale. But he wants to grief me, then I'm gonna fucking grief him. I griefed the fuck out of him today. He was pissed.
So here's something interesting.
Go ahead.
I just noticed this. So when Bloom is sending Sis texts, right? 1 minute before he started sending texts, he called Sis. They had a conversation for about a minute. Now, here's the interesting part. Bloom is actually correcting fucking Sis about the color of the photo Lizzie was in.
Yep.
It's fucking insane.
I don't think there's anyone here, man. Call somebody.
You mind if I go piss in a bottle while
Yeah,
we wait
go
on
ahead.
Big T? Nah. But yeah, I think Tessa was a lot of help, in all honesty.
Oh, I
the
agree.
things I do have, they establish such a good timeline. Alright. I'll prepare for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no one at Harmony.
Son of a bitch. What about
There's-
Ironhog?
There's no one on fucking, what's it called? Yellow Pages. Well, I can't get my car fixed at Ironhog, right?
No. We would have to go to auto. Well, look, let's just meet at. Let me check this car, see if it's fucked. I'll fill up the gas tank at the gas station up in Sandy. We'll talk real quick, and after that, you can just you can go get it fixed at autos.
All right,
This
yeah.
car isn't that bad. All right.
I mean, I don't mind if you want to just sit at fucking. I'll sit at Ironhog to talk to you. It makes no difference to me.
Yeah. I'll check. Let me check to see if there's anybody working there.
Already.
Most of it's last time I was there was just all HOA.
Oh, great.
So, but well, I guess we'll see.
Ready. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know what the reason is that they won't fix my car here.
All right.
There's
Well,
no
I'm
there's
just gonna-
nobody on Yellow Pages
I'll
either.
meet you at I'll meet you at SDSO in a second.
Alrighty. Wait, what the fuck?
Fuck that guy.
Sorry, I didn't see him.
Nah, he's a fucking HOA, I'm telling you.
I'll get you. Damn it.
Panda beating his ass.
Hell yeah, fucking.
Unlock! Lock! Coop was born in Germany, but then moved to fucking the UK or some shit. Talked about it before. pussy.
You meeting here with
got
him,
a
or?
pussy, bruh. Yeah, because there was nobody at Harmony and there was no one at Iron Hog, so he said we'll just meet here and talk, and then we'll get it fixed.
All right. We don't have a budget with autos anymore, right?
SRU doesn't. I don't know. I think SDSO does. Can he speak Germany? I think he speaks a bit of German.
Well.
Oh, sorry,
why?
you scared me. You scared me, dude.
Suarez stocks are
Oh,
sinking to the floor
plummeting.
suddenly. They're fucking down in the ditch.
There's every fucking. I went to autos today too, and there was no one there. Everything's just fucking closed. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
Is he being a phone guy?
Let me
Oh
see.
no, he's not.
Oh no. He's probably just cooked. I think we should probably go upstairs.
Yeah, let's go upstairs.
Yep.
Well, what Dan told us is pretty fucking big.
Yeah, the still at MRPD one is that was huge. This is
Very
calling
big.
me. Hello. Okay.
Phone guy.
Okay. You recorded the phone. Okay. I would like to hear it. Yep. I'm not pissed off at you for that. I'm a little disappointed, but yeah, I'll listen to it. Did he consent to it? You let him know you were recording? This is a two-party state. You know that, right? I don't think I can use that then, Sis. It's
Jesus.
okay, fine. Just send me it then. I don't know. Okay. All right,
Can't
thanks.
believe
Bye.
Pilbus is fucking dead.
Apparently, Fitzpatrick's been harassing Sis, but let me see this. Hold on.
Oh God.
Patrick's been harassing Sis. Didn't he say he was gonna do that? I love Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick going down the fucking deep end? No way.
No, I don't think he's actually harassing him. I think he's just doing it to rile him up.
Okay. Oh, it's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. Sis has got a flair for the dramatic.
What was
Classic.
It was just him saying, "I'm gonna find Kian and I'm gonna find you. That part was not great. I don't know why he would say that, but I thought he was like, when the way that Sis described it, it was like he's threatening my life. Or,
It sounds like he's just doing.
but I'm gonna have to yell at Fitz again because I told him to
God
stop
damn it.
doing this because I'm trying to get Sis to flip. And
Fucking Fitzpatrick.
Can you stop, please? Can you stop? We just had a conversation. Don't be stupid. I'm trying to listen. Sis is potentially the key witness in this, Fitz. We need him. I don't think Sis gives a shit where Kian is, and honestly, he won't help him. Listen, Sis is on bail for $1 million. He probably cares way more about that $1 million than whether Kian lives or dies. I guarantee it. Trust me, Fitz. I know how Sis is. He's a slime ball. Okay. I get it, but we're trying. Right. Okay, but how are we going to testify? How are we going to get the people who were involved in this and convict them without Sis to testify? Because he went to jail for trying to kill Ezra once. Okay.
So coming off of the end of the
What the fuck is this? I just clicked the anime video.
Okay. Okay. Sis didn't do it. He's full of shit. He wanted a 9s charge. He tried it 3 times that day and he fucked up. Look, Sis is the guy we need to testify against the cop who helped try to get Ezra killed. That's the one we need. Fitz, look at the docket. Bloom texted Sis Ezra's location multiple times. True. Look.
Oh no, now he's going after fucking.
Be careful. Bloom text was one of the reasons why they were looking for, why they almost found Ezra the first day. So you need to back off Sis because
Weeb.
Okay, you need to back off Sis.
I don't consider myself a weeb,
Sis
but I
is a
definitely
weasel,
like anime.
and I'm not sure if I can get him to flip, but if we're gonna have any chance, you gotta stop calling him and harassing him because I promise you, Fitz, I promise you.
I'm now deaf and
Sis
you were
cares
sued.
more.
Terminal.
Sis would care more about $100 than Kian in this murder charge. Okay, Sis doesn't want to go back to jail forever and get $1 million breaking of his bail. He doesn't care who it is. He wouldn't do it for Kian. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Fitz, trust me. I know Sis. He would not break his bail for Kian.
As RP Rogers, we don't have much of a leg to stand on judging anime. Well, I'm a sexy motherfucker. I'm a sexy, well-adjusted, handsome, athletic beast of a man. So,
well, there's a thing
if I like
called
anime,
we can
anybody
use
can.
and do something about that, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
You enjoy being mean to me,
Keep
Sydney.
hunting for Kian.
Oh wait,
okay?
just wait, Sydney. The day I flip on your
if
shit.
You're gonna call Sis, just be nice. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I get it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Chainsaw Man is fucking sweet.
You know what's worse though, Fitz? You know what's worse? It's having one of our own in this department, in the police department, being working against us with them.
I'm just saying, Sydney, what if one day I won't take it anymore?
Yep.
Not sold on Chainsaw Man yet? Really? I'm loving it. I'll do both. I'll yell at you and I'll fight you. I don't care. I'm like that. Dude, how is this Persona 5 study time? What the fuck? This shit is like
He is
intense.
very sensitive. Yes. Right.
This is not study.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Chalk is on duty. And he sent his car into the ocean.
Did he do that?
Don't call him drunk. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
do that.
I don't
Yeah.
fight clean. I'll
Well,
tase you immediately.
it's
I'll
gonna be
throw
a
a
lot harder
rock
to
at your
prove
head. I'll literally
Fiz's
throw a rock at
involvement,
your head.
and in this though, so
He launched his car into the fucking ocean, yeah.
8 day. The problem is the 8 day gap is going to be tough.
Jesus Christ! I don't talk to my mom as long as you talk to Fitzpatrick on the fucking phone.
It's 5 minutes. But yeah, I understand. Just be careful. All right. All right. Yeah. Bye-bye. Sorry. Said that.
Yeah, I understand.
He didn't
the
know
gingerbread
that.
man's going ham.
He didn't know that there was cops involved. So
Oh, did he not?
there you go. Oh,
No.
he didn't read the document.
Fitzpatrick
he's
might
go-
be one of the funniest motherfuckers ever.
Now he's gonna harass Bloom.
I just don't want him to catch like a witness tampering like charge or something crazy, or him get wrapped up in doing something dumb, and then I gotta go after Fitz. I can't have it, so I just gotta make sure he's careful.
Big T.
And the focus on Kian.
Pointing him to fucking Bloom is probably the worst thing you could have done. Then.
Yeah, but Fitz is
He's
not.
probably gonna go.
But Fitz
after
is
Bloom.
not a dirty cop.
Yeah, Fitz isn't
You
a bad
know,
guy at all. I think
he's
Fitz
not
is
really
just
a.
being a dick. I don't think he's
He's
being
just
malicious.
upset. He's very upset that, and he also takes some responsibility for Ezra, dying. So, I think that's why he wants to catch Kian so bad, and he wants to take down the whole organization. But you know how that goes around here.
Oh yeah. If he wants to start the forbidden word, go ahead.
Anyway, yeah. So Dan's willing to testify. I think he originally thought that we were going to go after him for this. So I think that's why he was giving up all that information. But also, I don't think he has any relationship to Bloom. So
I mean, I think Dan fucked up, but I don't. Dan didn't do anything like malicious.
I did yell at him the day after or whatever. But this I found out. So
Dan,
rightfully so.
As much as he is an idiot, he's pretty by the book. I don't think he would do anything.
No, he doesn't. But I'm saying the reason why he gave up. Actually, I think either way he would have told us the truth. So that was big, and he gave us the information we needed. That was important for the timeline, and he'll testify for it. So
we have more information about the timeline as well. We spoke
Okay.
to Tessa. Bloom was indeed at some point riding with Wrangler. However, while he made it seem like he was riding with Wrangler pretty much half of the day, very early on in Tessa's shift, which is like roughly, on our timeline, 23:00 to the top of the day, top of the hour, whatever you want to call it, they were in a traffic stop with HOA, Wrangler and Bloom. Tessa attached to that. And suddenly Bloom got out of the car, said he had to go for pond or something, which she found odd because he basically left Wrangler there with two members of the HOA.
Okay.
Now the interesting part here is in that traffic stop, and while Tessa wasn't sure if he had already left at that point or not, is that they mentioned that they were hunting for Ezra and that they were hunting for Lizzie Byrne.
During the traffic stop, they said that.
And this was Andy Jones, and Stanley. This was towards Wrangler and Tessa.
So
This
Bloom was
before-
already gone when they said
She
this.
can't remember. She
Okay.
made it
Yeah.
seem that way, but she can't 100% say.
Yeah, exactly. Now let me grab the other parts I have, because I have made notes for it. Other than that, Bloom was not with anyone at the farm, besides Sis and obviously, you know, the wounded Lizzie. Despite him, he didn't call, you know, like what he said to us, like his first version, that he was on the way and that he called 77s, or that Bass went there and he attached to it, which is basically 2 stories he fabricated. Tessa and Ripley were the additional units that arrived. Bloom was already there. Bass came after that. And on top of that, Bloom, in the report, he stated he was having a mental crisis. But according to Tessa, when he called it in, he did not seem like it was in a mental crisis at all, or any kind of mental duress. In fact, she found it very nonchalant how he was saying, hey, I got this situation here. She also found it odd how Sis surrendered, and, you know, despite basically witnessing a murder, that he would surrender with a class 3 on his back, and Bloom didn't seem to care.
Yeah, she said there was absolutely no urgency in his voice. It was as if he was doing a normal traffic stop when there was a woman basically dead. She also stated that she even offered to help Bloom, because Bloom was going on his self-righteous shit about how nobody cares about kidnapped people. Tessa even offered to help him, and he never fucking...
never got back to her at all.
Yeah. He never got anybody in the UPD to help. No matter how much he'll bitch about the UPD not caring, he never reached out to anyone, even the people who reached out to him and said they would help. Tessa also only remembers one car there. She can't remember seeing another car. So she doesn't remember if it was Sis's Brawler or if it was Bloom's SUV. She said it was an SUV type vehicle, but there was only one car that
Hang on, let's see.
Okay. Well, I mean, Bloom said there was no car when he arrived, but that's the important thing. So, I mean, if Tessa's, I mean,
Lizzie's saying that
I don't know how much
she was
that...
there. They were in her car, right?
She said basically like there was a point when she was in the police car, then she wasn't in the police car. And we understand is like he drove him, Sis, and her. That was after she was poisoned, and then they met up with some guy near MRPD on a motorcycle about an RPG, and then they went into the mountains. And at that point, she's basically, I think, her memory didn't seem to be very clear after that. Something about getting rocketed, I think she said. She got blown up. She doesn't remember anything about cars that were there, the people that were there, any of that stuff.
Well, I just
Tessa doesn't remember anybody there except for just Bloom and Sis. She said there was no one else there that she could see. I mean, that would make sense though, kind of. What if Bloom dropped them off on the mountain, shot with a rocket launcher, can't recall anything, she got blown the fuck up.
Right.
Bloom leaves, lets them finish whatever they're doing. Then Sis texts and pings Bloom, so Bloom comes back to the pig farm. I mean, it would make sense why Sis's car wasn't there.
It's interesting to know how he had his thing, because there's no phone. I mean, unless it was one of the phone calls they had in between them.
Well, good thing Persona 5 comes to PC tomorrow, baby!
With each other during that time. That's the only way.
I checked to see if Sis's Brawler or anything was taken into custody at that point. Nothing. So I'm starting to think it was probably the SUV of Bloom. If there's only one car there, Bloom arrived there, and there is no vehicle being impounded at all for what is basically for his pretty much a fucking murder. And besides that, it's Bass that's on the scene. if anyone that Bass would 100% make sure that they get that car. I know how Bass is. Bass would not suddenly forget a criminal's fucking car on the scene.
Yeah, I mean, first of all this kind of the issues with Tessa's stuff is fair enough. It helps clarify some things. The Andy Jones and Stanley stuff is kind of significant.
Yeah, Bloom never made it clear that the traffic stop that he walked away from was the HOA.
Yeah, but the rest of the stuff doesn't really help anything because it matches what Bloom said.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's just like
most of it's insignificant. Bloom said himself there was no car there, and his explanation was Sis dragged her from the mountain.
I mean, which is entirely plausible. I mean, Bloom could have dropped them off at the mountain, watched her get blown up, drove away. They did their torture shit, and then they pinged him after they walked her all the way to the pig farm. Or somebody was there that was present for the rocket, drove them to the pig farm and left and fucked off. Not that I really doubt any of this helps really anything in the prosecution. Just kind of helps us with the timeline, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Tessa also made it clear that Bloom basically fucked off afterwards and didn't process his and handed it off to Bass.
Yeah, he just seemed to not care at all about any of it.
Yeah, he handed it off to Bass and then went about his own shit.
I mean, none of that. I mean, all that tracks, right? I mean, he would have zero sympathy towards Lizzie because he clearly hates her, right? Because he likes Lilith, or whatever their relationship. So that would make sense. And it would also make sense why he would have no sense of urgency. I mean, how much that stuff helps us?
It's just clarification, I guess.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily going to help us in court.
Yep.
Yeah, but this proves Bloom's timeline a little bit, right? With the way he described how he arrived in the scene, and all that, because he fabricated 2 stories there.
Which part?
Of him.
Bass called it out, right? And then
yeah, at first he said like something like, "Oh, I went." Bass called it out, and he also mentioned at some point that he went there and called in 77s as he was on the way.
I think I just really enjoy giving.
But he also said something about talking
World's
to
confused.
Patty
Thank you so much.
That's true. There is some inconsistencies potentially there regarding that part. I think the problem is that could be chalked up to not remembering, being so long ago, being confused. It would have to be more solid. The thing that does help is during the beginning of his interrogation, he seemed pretty clear on everything that he was remembering. Right, he was remembering every step the whole time, and then at some point towards the end, we took his phone away too. He started to veer off in the different areas, like he doesn't remember as much. So he goes from remembering a lot to
it seemed like selective
by
fucking
far
memory.
the most damning evidence we have is the fact that everything he said was after Lilith was found.
Right.
That is by far the most damning evidence. I mean, we could say we didn't get much out of him in interrogation, but literally everything he said is skewed because it was after Lilith. I mean, that interrogation was such a fucking hole for Bloom. I don't think there's a way out of it for him.
Here's the thing.
He lied.
Well, there is some holes out of it, right? We got to think like we got to think like what could potentially happen. So the holes are a couple things. Sis is very important to this. Okay, so there were phone calls. Are there phone calls between any of the people besides Sis who had camera access in that time frame? Because that's important to know. Because Sis, if he doesn't flip on Bloom and he doesn't testify, or he doesn't tell us sometime in between now and the court case that he told Bloom that Lilith was found, then that theory kind of goes out the window, because we have no way of proving that he would have known.
No, proving other than the fact that Sis knew And his
Right.
whole point was telling. I mean, I get where you're coming from. I totally
You know,
understand.
like if Sis takes the stand, right? If we get him to take the stand or something, and he says something like, "No, I never told Bloom that Lilith was found," or we have no evidence that there was a conversation between the time Lilith was found and the cameras went out, and Andy, Sis, and I think Nick Simone was the other one. If there's any phone calls in that time frame to Bloom or between those two, I think that's a big one.
I don't believe. I'll check. I could check it again.
Look, we know there's a difference. We all know this is how it works. It's not what we know; it's what we can prove in court.
Yeah, I mean, I guess,
also,
but his
I
whole
mean,
defense is sorry.
regardless, we also need that kind of holds up in regards to how Fred's gonna feel about this. So,
I mean,
because he's gonna be sympathetic. We also have to deal with Gunner.
What's going on with Gunner?
Gunner is. I gotta talk to Pred tomorrow as soon as I can. Well, Pred wasn't around today, but Pred put Gunner in charge of looking into this case too.
What?
Which was the dumbest thing he could do. Gunner. Gunner is pretty.
Is Pred okay?
I don't know what he was thinking, but Gunner is Bloom's friend. I was Bloom's friend, to be honest. I think a lot of us were.
Yeah, so was I.
So was most of us. But the problem is Gunner is got a history of being a bit of a shady fuck, right? Like he should have been fired.
No, just say it. He's a corrupt piece of shit.
Okay.
Like there's no reason to beat around the bush. He's a corrupt piece of shit.
The problem is that Gunner is never been fired, right? So he's gonna keep pushing the buttons because he wants to prove a point, and it's gonna become a tipping point on both Pred and Wrangler, on what they want to do with that stuff. They're gonna have to figure out how much of a stand they want to take on this shit. Because they got to understand that Gunner, as good of a cop as he can be, just like Bloom, has done a lot of shady shit. He'll continue to do a lot of shady shit.
I just told him. He told us that he was told that Gunner fucking ocean dumped him today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know. I guess we could figure out how much that's true because Gunner was. I don't remember losing any time with Gunner today, but who knows? He could have done that. We never know. But
we also need to talk to Bass again because there's absolutely no fucking evidence there. I mean, I don't know if the evidence at the scene really matters all that much to us prosecuting, but maybe if it is, Bass would know. As just said, Bass was with Shelly and another cadet, and he took over the scene. So it seems very odd that there's absolutely zero evidence whatsoever. Like, not even photos.
Yeah, the only thing that was added was done by Tessa.
Okay.
What
we
else?
need to talk to Patty. I think that's a big one.
I'm still waiting on subpoena.
During the interrogation, Bloom also said that, he apologized to Ezra for, lashing out at him on the phone. And Tessa recalls that conversation as Ezra apologizing and Bloom being extremely dismissive and still very angry about it.
Yeah, but not in a way where it seemed like he was the one who punished him, but more in a way where it was on a personal level.
Yeah, it was just another inconsistency, just to point out. Again, not the biggest of deals, but Bloom did try to play it off like, oh yeah, I apologized to Ezra because I was pissed, but the recollection of the conversation that Tessa has is Bloom was still very aggravated and was very dismissive of Ezra's apology, which I mean just shows some more animosity there that he's clearly trying to cover up by saying, oh, I apologized.
I mean, we have another thing. I mean, I don't think Bloom's going to take the stand on this. I think he'll plead the fifth. And if he doesn't, I think he's fucked. But more than likely, he's gonna plead the fifth. So if we can get Sizz to flip, I mean, Sizz is saying if we give him a good deal, I'm willing to give him a deal on like giving him conspiracy, and attempted murder of Ezra, in exchange for testimony against Bloom.
I mean, that's a good fucking deal. I mean, the Sizz charges are faulty at best at the moment. I don't think there's... I'm totally on board with that.
I mean, if we can get that, and he flips, but I'm worried that he won't. Sizz is a weasel. He's kind of smart.
Sizz is very
and
weird.
He's manipulating. No. He's manipulating everybody he possibly can. He keeps bringing up all these other people with me. He's constantly doing this shit. He keeps bringing up, in the car, he was bringing up Crane out of nowhere, actually. So either someone told him that we're looking into that, or I don't know.
I mean, telling me
he
you get
brought up Gunner. Crystal apparently did a boost the other night. Gunner was drunk on duty in front of his house. And he sent me pictures of it, actually. So
Crystal
I have
did
the
a
evidence.
boost?
That's what Sizz told me.
I literally
was
watched her
boosting, and there's a
stream, but
picture of
I
Crystal in
showed
the
up
house with Gunner,
at the end of my
dressed up,
stream when I was
with a
looking through
mask on.
GTA RPers. It says Crystal boost the car. I said I have to do a low command review
He's
on
trying
it.
to just... I
I mean,
don't know.
just fucking ignore that shit, even if he's telling the truth.
Sizz likes to feel like he's... he made himself sound like a kingpin, man. And I think he's trying to dilute this as much as possible. But I've told him I'm doing one thing at a time, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's the right play. Just fucking ignore him on the other stuff, and we'll look into it later if we have to. Or, if there's any truth to it. That's fine, but we'll handle this shit now. But, yeah, I mean, that deal, if he flips, I mean, if he signs a deal to testify in return for, his shit, he just gets charged up, like, right now. He's off of fucking bail.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a good fucking deal to me, because it seems like he's not doing shit right now.
I actually agree.
I'm trying to think of anything else Tessa said. Like I said, nothing she said was necessarily, like, extremely pertinent to any of the prosecution, but it does clear up a couple
It's more so
things.
the timeline, and the timeline still matters because it's not for the prosecution part, but more for, to show that, hey, Bloom is a lying sack of shit, and more of in the vein of, hey, his employment status.
We almost had something where Tessa said that Bloom called out that it was Lizzie Byrne over the radio, which would have been fucking huge, but then she retracted it and said, I believe he said woman. That would have been fucking huge. I was hoping he called out Lizzie by name. That would have been massive. Because for one, she was in disguise, and two, she was blown up and nearly fucking dead and half eaten. There's no way he would have known that unless he had prior information. But sadly, she retracted that.
Yeah. Lily seemed like she was texting Bloom about, I don't know what she's saying, so... or what she's doing, but we have those text messages.
Yeah, but now we need to subpoena her.
Did we get Andy's text messages yet?
We do have a subpoena, but it's not formatted yet. We have a part of it,
okay.
but not all of it. So.
I will say this as well. This is not in relation to the case, but actually, I guess it is. We checked the reports channel for any additional evidence that wasn't there, and this is what's not related. Is I informed Bundy about the Reed shit, so
okay.
So that should be all taken care of.
They need to write the warrant, and then they can deal with that while we deal with this. I wonder what Carter wanted to talk to Bloom about. We didn't get any of that out of. Did you guys ask him about that?
No, not at all.
the fuck is Max Muller doing?
What do you mean?
What did Max do now?
Did you not see the text from Max Muller to Lewis Bloom?
No.
What's up, girl? It's Cocktober, and if you are getting this, it
Oh,
means
I
you're
got
a
sent that today.
Idiots.
Wrangler's calling me.
Oh.
Hello, Wrangler. Terrible. How's it? How are you doing? You know, there's more stuff happening. Okay, I'm at SDSO right now. All right, I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Please don't send me that.
Someone sent it to me today. Sophie Sanders. I only met her a couple of fucking times. Like, I don't know why she sent me that. Also, Bundy texted me the other day. I didn't have his number saved, and I thought it was just a random person. And he said, "Need you to pull the interrogation tapes together for us on this." This was 2 days ago, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Because the only other text message I had with him was a photo that he sent me that said, "I'm sorry I had to send this to you, but now you have opened it. You can't stop reading this. Hi, my name is Teresa Fidalago. I died 27 years."
Oh my.
It's just broken English copy pasta fucking like scam email. And he just sent it to me, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" People send me weird shit.
Well, yeah. Have you seen how your hair looks?
Says you. Look at your fucking hair. It looks like dog shit smeared on a smeared backwards. It's horrible.
Come down there, Cheeto Puff.
I'm fucking delicious. You look like fucking ass, man. You're ugly as a motherfucker.
Okay, well, who gives a shit? Okay, look, I'm gonna talk to Wrangler about the gunner stuff, and then we'll talk to him about some of the updates we have with this shit. But
alrighty, I mean, yeah. So I'll get the fucking timestamps and stuff and the recording for the Tesla stuff and throw it in the emails. Again, not pertinent, but it is pretty short if you want to just have a listen to it. I know you're gonna be gone for a bit. So I'm sure if you have a second, maybe you could pick up something I didn't pick up. Me and Coop didn't pick up. I doubt it, but
Yeah,
for the
we
better.
were pretty thorough with it, so.
That being said, I think I don't know what else. I don't know what the next step is. Whatever you guys need from us, I guess just let us know.
I mean,
Okay.
I guess all that's left to do is like Patty. Who else? Winston.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Bundy was around today. I don't know if he spoke to Winston because I know both of them were around. They were just on the same scene, so could have been possible that they spoke. But I'm assuming Bundy will get to that. I'm sure it's no big deal. I mean, if we need anything about more evidence and stuff for the actual incident report, again, I don't think it's very pertinent, but we could speak to Bass. If that's something you want us to do, just let us know.
yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to stay as active as I possibly can while I'm gone. I'll have a laptop with me while I'm away, so I'm gonna go through all the stuff while I have a bunch of downtime. So I'll try to make sure I stay as active as I can on this stuff, so you can keep me up to date.
Okay, cool. If you want, while you're gone, if you want to do the interrogation shit, we could run that together if you'd like.
Yep.
All right, sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'll talk to Wrangler. I might try to talk to Lily again and see what's her state of mind is like, and what she's up to, and see if she immediately does something again. So I think that's the other thing I want to do.
If you do,
I would hope I could trust her, but
seems not likely, unfortunately. But if I was you, I would throw in some bullshit when you talk to Lily. Make it seem like there's something that she would have to run and tell Bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just try to get some people like fucking just scout her out, I guess.
The other thing is, if I can if you guys is anybody sticking around, you guys can, if I get her to come up here and talk to her after I talk to Wrangler, see where she goes.
We'd have to be off duty though. That's kind of the thing.
I mean, you could and see if she runs to a payphone or something.
I mean, last time you guys had a talk with her, she literally did it around the corner, like right by that fucking gas.
Yeah, but if they have any information now that we're trying to fucking get subpoenas, which I don't know if they do, but if they do, then it
I
might be a
might
little more
lie and
difficult.
say something about maybe something. I don't know.
Oh damn, Rudy just went 31.
No, he's going to the latest 31.
I know, it was a joke.
Yeah, I'm surprised Rudy made it back. Like he had his car was out there in the fucking.
Why was his car in the water?
Because he can't drive.
Okay.
He sent it in the water by that one specific turn over by Great.
Ooh, that's
right
a good
before
turn.
right before Route 68. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to fucking tell you. I'm probably gonna go off duty. I'm gonna go get my car fixed. But if you need me to get back on duty, I can. So, or to like follow Lily or whatever you want to do. Just let me know. Just reach out, email.
All right, Wrangler. What do you say he's coming up here? There he comes. I never changed the color of his blip, but
No, it's a Lily Pond.
no, 317.
No. He's at the casino now.
He's driving up at this freeway. He's headed here right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything besides that. We like to think that I've noticed all the inconsistencies, timelines. Don't think there's much more we can do. Maybe fucking subpoenaing Stanley now that we know he was also on the hunt for him, but
Yeah, that could be a good idea. We should subpoena everybody we possibly can and see if we can squeeze anything out of any of these people.
I mean, honestly, Stanley is the dumb fuck. Chances are he will fuck up.
They've all fucked up.
Yeah, but Stanley is extra though.
Yeah,
you have to
we'll see if we
understand
can
that-
maybe even flip Stanley, but
I don't think
timeframes are gonna
anybody
be shrinking,
expected anything out of
Is there
a little
anything
bit.
Stanley really
What the hell?
likes?
I wasn't talking.
Power. He wants power. I've been trying to convince him that if they go away, he becomes the leader.
I will say this. I genuinely don't believe any of these people thought anything would come of this. So subpoenaing anybody may lead to something. And I'm down for subpoenaing literally anybody.
Subpoena Stanley, and I really want to see Andy's shit.
We have from like a specific date to another date, but I don't think it's the full timeline. So it's really waiting on whatever the fuck Bundy has got when it's processed. I'll go through all of it. Really gonna be something I have to sit down for. Other than that, hang on. I think the only thing left would be like subpoenaing Stanley, and then subpoenaing Pond.
I thought we already did.
Pond? No, because the thing is, you guys had a talk with Pond.
Okay.
We've never really been briefed in on most of that. So, if there's gonna be a subpoena, about Pond, there's not much information we can give besides the text we have right now. And I don't know if that's gonna be enough.
Okay. All right.
Hello.
I think more
Captain.
than likely it will, but
What's
yeah,
going
we'll
on,
get
guys?
we'll get briefed on that.
Hello, Randy.
Don't let me break it up.
No. We were just talking about everything. It's just, just one thing after another. You all right?
No, I'm fine. I just, I come in here and, figure out not only is my entire department corrupt, but, LSPD, well, I already knew that. And then, who knows what you guys are getting up to. And I don't even see the point anymore.
Well,
damn.
I know how you feel.
Same.
But speaking of that, apparently, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Pred thought it would be a good idea to put Gunner as a independent investigator on this case with Bloom.
Yeah, he may have mentioned that.
Okay. Gunner has been going out of his way, and he also said that he's coming for me if I try to fire Bloom. Like, he said he's done a hit before and he'll do it again type of thing. Same type of shit Bloom's doing. Gunner's really trying to press it. He also believes everything Bloom has said. And he's been, I don't know. Also, Sis sent me pictures. Apparently, this isn't good. He was on duty the other night, drunk, with a class 2 on his back, running around with Sis. They were inside one of Sis's houses, filling up pills, trying to get Sis to take some pills. And Crystal apparently was boosting. She's in the pictures.
What?
Yeah, Crystal Clear is in the pictures. She's wearing a mask, and I asked why is she wearing a mask? And Sis says, oh, she just got done doing a boost.
Wait, so you're telling me that Pred put Gunner to watch Bloom, and all Gunner did was do drugs?
Yeah, and come after me. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, basically,
who would have thought?
Predicted that one.
Yeah, did not see that one coming.
Would have been the wrong person to help to go after when we already have all of us already investigating it.
Oh, also, just to fill Wrangler in, of course it was Cy Carter, so take it with a grain of salt, but Cy...
Can I see this picture?
Cy was apparently ocean dumped today and then was told that it was Gunner.
Yeah. So Gunner is probably going rogue.
I mean, it's Cy, so I don't believe everything he says, but... I mean, after everything we've heard, it does seem plausible.
Yeah, it seems like he's going out of his way to fuck up anyone and everyone who's going after Bloom.
Oh, yeah. Charlotte was there, too. I don't know what her involvement is, but there you go. Those are the pictures. Sis said that Gunner was trying to get Sis to break his bail.
Can you send me the picture, by the way? I don't think I've seen it.
The ones that Sis sent me?
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, these pictures are what? Gunner's in a front yard stumbling around.
There's also a bottle in his hand, so he was drinking on duty. That's Crystal over there in the corner. I don't know how credible the boosting part is, but she is there in one of the pictures with Gunner in a mask. I guess we'd have to ask her.
I talked to Sid.
Yeah, I talked to him a lot today too, but he's a slimy weasel. So
Show us,
he
it's
tried to
nothing
feed you a
real.
bunch
It's
of
literally
bullshit
just a
again,
picture
right?
of Gunner with
I mean, not
bottles in
necessarily.
his
He just
hand.
said that he'd give up information about this if his charges got changed.
Yeah, I talked to him today about that. But I worry that he won't. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to, if he's willing to flip and tell the truth about what Bloom was doing, then
that's not Chris.
Then I'd be willing to give him, conspiracy and accessory to attempted murder, or attempted murder of a government employee. For the Ezra
Unless
stuff.
we're looking at a different
Why don't
picture.
you just get the all the charges, or get all the info first and then drop the charges?
I mean, that's what I was
lower
gonna.
them
That's what I was gonna say. But I'm
Oh,
worried
maybe
that
it was.
Sis won't give anything up,
Oh,
or
it
if he
was
does
not.
agree. I mean, I guess
Oh,
we could
she
try to
did
get
have
the
a
information
mask
out of
on.
him.
That's so fucking stupid. She's got the little fucking
Try.
cat
I'll
robber
probably try
fucking
again
mask
tomorrow.
on.
I told him that we could probably. He wanted immunity, and I said, well, we could potentially talk about that if you give up the Bloom and the Lizzie Byrne torture stuff. Then that'd That's huge. So
I like in the pictures, he takes a picture.
also we talked to Dan today to check on timelines, and when Bloom in that interrogation room said that he was giving a deterrent,
He takes
and
his
Ezra
phone out
wasn't
for when
at
he does
MRPD
it
when he
too,
said
but
he was
the
still at
fucking
MRPD.
shit is from behind.
He was. Dan confirmed that he did not leave MRPD the whole time.
And he's willing to testify.
Yep.
Yep. And when we talked to Tessa, it also came apparent that the entire thing with the farm was also lied about with Bloom. So, on top of that, she also mentioned that the traffic stop Bloom mentioned, where he said that he was riding with you. That was before the major stuff happened. But at the same time, it was a traffic stop with the HOA where Andy Jones and Stanley Wilkinson admitted to you and Tessa, and potentially Bloom, although Tessa wasn't sure if he had left at that point, that they were hunting both Ezra and Lizzie.
Do you remember that, Wrangler?
I briefly remember that.
Do you remember Bloom running out of the car or anything?
Oh, I wasn't there for that.
He said he was in the car with you when he ran out of the car.
No, I remember him being up at that farm. I remember hearing it on radio, but I wasn't with him at all.
No, not at the
Oh,
farm,
no,
at
I mean
the traffic stop.
The traffic stop you had.
When he got the call, what did he say happened?
Tessa said that she assisted you while you were riding with Bloom at a traffic stop, and that this traffic stop was with the HOA. And during the traffic stop, it was Andy Jones and Stanley Wilkinson that apparently had admitted to you guys that they were hunting Ezra and Lizzie Byrne.
Okay, yes, I do remember that. That was outside of a clothing store, yes.
And then do you
I remember
remember Bloom running out of the car or something?
Yeah, I think he was there, and then he wasn't, so that would make sense.
Huh. Okay.
Sorry, I have a lot of people that hop into my car and see it's me, then run out.
Oh.
Well, we're trying to subpoena Andy stuff, but she refused. She gave this whole spiel about the reason she's refusing to work with us is because of you and Pred.
What the hell did I do?
She says she doesn't trust you guys because you violate her rights nonstop.
Me?
Yeah, she was upset about whatever.
She's a fucking criminal, and I was
is.
right.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, and we're subpoenaing her stuff because we think she has some, definitely has some involvement, and she could corroborate that Sis actually did have some of the HOA hunting Ezra, and it wasn't just him.
I mean, she, from Tessa's stuff where, she mentioned that the two of them had said that, it shows that those two were also hunting them. Andy Jones and Stanley. Both of them were in on that.
So that's a bunch of what we got today. The Gunner stuff, I don't know what I'm going to do with. Him being involved, and then he's trying to get more of our stuff, but I'm not going to give it to him. He would, if he wants to see any of the stuff, he's going to have to wait till it's up on the docket. He's not part of the investigation. He's already said that he's going to retaliate if we try to fire him. We try to fire Bloom. So
Gunner said that?
Yeah, he did. He also shot out all my tires with a nail gun while I was getting it fixed.
Oh, was that? So that was what it was getting shot at.
Yeah.
So it was Gunner just shooting at us.
Shoot with a nail gun, yeah.
Did you tell this to Pred? Was Pred around today?
Pred was not around today, and I've been trying to talk to him because I want to know why the fuck he would put one of Bloom's best friends to work the case when he's got all of us
That's
already
a bit of an
working on it.
insane oversight.
Does he not
but-
trust you?
Well, he, you're going to have to ask him. I'm not too sure what he was thinking with that.
Yeah, Gunner said he's basically essentially going to protect Bloom any way he can. It seemed like in some of the words he was saying were pretty threatening. So, typical Gunner stuff, right? He was trying to bait me into firing him or something, I guess. I don't know. Trying to prove a point. Why go after Bloom when we don't go after him? Which is untrue because we did go after him. So you would have to talk to Pred about that one.
Oh, we should probably also tell Wrangler about the text that we found with Pond.
Which ones?
The ones that were basically on the same day where she, came in and said, "Hey, we got to talk urgently" or whatnot.
Oh yeah, basically right after our meeting, we already told you this, but Pond went to a payphone that he saw, and also texted Bloom right away and said we need to talk. So, I mean, technically it could mean anything, like, hey, you got to give yourself up, or you got what is going on, but also that Bloom confided in her. She knows some stuff and she's not telling us.
I don't trust either of them. It's like a fucking Romeo and Juliet story.
Do you think they're gonna drink some poison soon or something? What the fuck are you talking about,
Surprised.
Cooper?
I actually wouldn't be surprised though.
Yeah, would that actually surprise you at this point? If they do drugs together, they may as well be poison.
Well, one's killing yourself and one's doing drugs, so I don't know.
Well, that's most of the like.
Yeah, what's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, one's a little slower than the other, right? Anyway, I think that's pretty much all the updates we have today. Sis, I talked to for a while. Brought up Crane out of the blue. I'm not dealing with that right now. We can deal with that later. And he brought up, he said there's 6 deputies or something. I don't know. Some of it I think is a bunch of baloney, but there is potentially Thatch and Hydra.
What if it's not? What if it's not?
I mean, it potentially couldn't be. It probably, but I think he's exaggerating a little bit, just like he does a lot.
What if he's not though?
We gotta fucking take care of it.
Then look, Wrangler. You know what, guys? Can I talk to Wrangler alone?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
There you go.
Don't
close
Jesus.
the door.
Why did he just scream? What the hell was that?
He got scared of the ghost. He didn't see him.
Oh, got it. Yeah. All right, let's go get this shit fixed so I can go off duty.
I'm telling you, the only time I've worked this hard on a fucking case, it was with Michael Simone. And I feel more exhausted now on this one.
Yeah,
It's so much to
you guys are
go
doing
through.
a lot. I couldn't. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I know you're allergic to paperwork, you son of a bitch.
I'm not allergic to paperwork. It's just fucking unfun, man. I don't want to fucking do that shit. The fuck?
Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm gonna think about a little furball for a sec, man. Like,
all right.
Because I couldn't, and he keeps on, in my
Hey, if
head,
you're gonna go to
it keeps
sleep, you can go to
meowing,
sleep.
brother.
It's all good.
Listen,
I'm
brother,
just
you
getting
and I
this
both
fixed and
know
taking
we
it
ain't
to
going.
Sandy.
You and I both know we ain't going to sleep.
I'm going to sleep. Oh. I'm going to sleep
yeah,
and then.
but I mean, at our apartment, we're definitely
Oh,
gonna,
yeah,
you know.
no shit.
Yeah, no shit. All right, I'm gonna be.
Alrighty.
thinking about some, yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going, guys? Pretty good.
Going good. How are you?
Hi, Mr. Walker.
Not too bad. Hello. It's the same better days.
Yeah, I had it out all day, and Fury had it out before me, and he didn't get it fixed, so.
I'm just gonna think about a little furball. Sorry, guys.
It's all good.
I'll grab some parts. Be 1 sec.
Thank you. Dude, It's in good shape for. I mean, I literally didn't crash one fucking time during that chase. I crashed more driving into the city than I did from Sandy than I did in that whole chase. I'm gonna have to watch that shit back too. Like no joke. I was fucking popping off. Dude, this. This fucking report, I know it doesn't matter, but it actually just like, I'm sure it really doesn't make a difference, but this is insane to me. There was only like 1 or 2 chases today. Yeah, there wasn't many, but one lasted literally an hour and a half. I don't know. Were you here for that whole thing? I don't remember. Like, I know it doesn't matter, but like, fuck, man. This shit's wild. No fucking evidence. How the hell does fucking Tessa have a... I know I'm not supposed to see this. How the hell does Tessa have a goddamn burner phone?
Your K-Pack.
Oh, thank you so much.
There's a slice of apple pie for both of you in this.
Appreciate it. I'll make sure to give it to him. How you been? Busy or?
Literally just starting the day, man. So I got no idea. Second job.
Gotcha. Shelb, thank you for the raid, but I'm going on. I'm literally getting off. I'm literally getting off. I'm literally getting off. So what's going on? How's life?
How's life? Life's pretty good.
Yeah. That's good.
Bought myself a private jet for Harmony and a heli.
Oh shit, okay.
So we're going pretty good.
That's nice.
Although there's a few issues with the parking for the jet. The valet took it and not wanting to give it back, so...
Where do you even...
For the,
Can you park planes up in Sandy? Like up here?
No, you got to park down LSIA or at Eric's. Well,
Okay.
Eric's, I got to deal with Snow to park them there. I just pay him like a monthly hangar fee.
Huh.
I get access to the hangar to park stuff.
Surprised you can't do it at the Sandy airfield.
Yeah, I mean, I've never tried, but it's parked down at LSIA at the moment, and even though it says it's parked in the garage there, the valet says it's not parked there, and I don't know.
Is that like a... Has that been like a constant, or is that like a day-to-day thing, like a tsunami thing?
Well, I bought it. We flew around for about 5 minutes. I parked it, and it's been there for like 4 days now. So,
oh shit!
Just waiting for
go fuck you, Shell pussy.
One of the valet workers to be able to see what they can do.
Gotcha. I actually don't think I've ever met anyone that's owned a plane. I'm sure there's people out there, but it's never come up in conversation.
I think there's one other person that owns a heli, and that's Kevin Ram. I think I was the first to buy a jet. So.
I mean, it's pretty cool to own a helicopter, but I could see why people don't. They literally just use them in crime all day, so they were like $5K to rent or something.
When I bought the heli, I wasn't aware that there was only one livery for it, and the livery that come with it is FIB, so it's kind of a little awkward. But
can you get custom liveries like on helicopters, like you could like for a car? Would that work the same?
I imagine you can. I've been waiting to speak to Eddie Marshall down at the Chinda shop, but that's like,
yeah, that'd be pretty dope though. A little custom helicopter livery.
Yeah, I think so. As long as it can happen, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you should be good to go anyway.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your night.
All right, man. Take it easy, gang. Have a good day.
Later. No businesses that own them, but not people. I mean, they're fucking absurdly expensive. Like, they're like what? They're literally like 2.5 mil or some shit, and you could rent them for 5K. Like, what would you ever buy it for unless you really had the money to spend, you know? Especially if you're going to use them in crime, which is most of the time what they're used for. You need to rent it like hundreds of times. I mean, yeah, what's the math? 2,500 times? No, the math's wrong there, but you know what I mean. How's League been? We actually haven't played that much. We played Overwatch yesterday, and that was abysmal. The game actually sucks, but for some reason I keep playing it. I don't know why. I'm like fucking 6 and like fucking 15. If not worse. Even though I feel like I'm doing well. Like, I don't feel like playing any worse than I was playing, like, in Overwatch 1. And I was pretty good. Or I was pretty decent. Said you didn't like it, yeah, but I like playing, you know, I like playing with the boys. I like playing with people. The game is, like, I actually, like, it's pretty shit. Like, I really think getting rid of a tank was like, I don't know. I don't know what they could have done better. I'm not a dev. I can't balance shit. But alrighty, I'm gonna go off duty. If we need to hop back on duty, I will. But
yeah, I'm just gonna wait until he's done and ask him if.
alrighty. Night, Coop. Sorry, I almost called you Owen.
Nice one, dude.
Sorry, I was thinking about something.
Oh, what were you thinking about?
Owen. Actually just got shitted on. Well, any of the people that came from Shelb, I'm sorry. My apologies. I didn't mean it. But I have been live for 7 hours now, and I do need to eat some food. I need to try to get to bed early tonight so I could wake up and do that fucking relay race. Because I actually really want to be involved. And then I got to be up early Friday to do fucking the banquet. I can't be late. So I'm going to have to set an alarm, wake up really fucking early, and go to the gym super early. I'll send you over to Calcion, because I haven't seen her, and don't let her know this, but I actually do miss her. I miss hanging out with her. But she is a bit of a dick, so don't let her know I said that. But if you haven't yet, make sure to follow the stream, join my Discord, follow my Twitter, and check out my YouTube. World go crazy from outer space. Blast off into the sky. All right, guys. I love you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.